Hey, enthusiasts, what's happening? This is Salty Language episode 663.
The sexiest podcast in the network, with
Yeah,
hopefully no tech fails today.
let's hope. Yeah. As we tried yesterday and Skype decided to absolutely shut us down.
Yes. What was the error? I was telling me I had a weak connection,
Yeah.
but I had blazing internet for my neighborhood.
Yeah. It just meant that you needed to make kissies with your computer is all it was.
Apparently, but my favorite is when I Googled the bug and it's like, yep, that's a thing. It happens.
Yeah.
What's the fix? Eh.
Wait. Yeah.
It's
It's like I
wow,
told you.
awesome.
I hate when programs do that to where they don't give you the option to maybe just revert to a previous one that worked fine.
Yes.
And then when they fix it, then they, hey, we got everything fixed. Go ahead and download the new update,
Like they'll revert to a different program, if I'm not going to lie.
Yeah. Fair enough. Fair enough.
Just karate chopped my headphones again.
Yeah.
It's my favorite thing to do. I do it probably 3 times a show.
Yeah. Yeah. You're pretty good at it.
I'm a black belt, my guy.
Right. Yeah. It's for sure part of the drinking game, I would assume, right?
Yeah, it should be.
Whenever Tony hits the microphone or his headset.
Yes.
Chug your whole beer.
I kind of feel like we need a salty language drinking game, but we shouldn't put it together. Other people should put this together.
No. There's too much now. You're right. It actually works better because other people notice things
Yeah, exactly.
that maybe we don't notice. Like, if you drank every time I said you'd be drunk in like 5 minutes.
Exactly.
Or because I know I crutch on that one too.
Well, plus, if they took a shot every time either one of us was a handsome rascal, I mean.
Wow, they just keep drinking.
Yeah, exactly.
You might as well forget the shot glass. Just her chugging that fifth.
Yes.
Yikes. That'd be a mess. So how you doing?
Tired, man.
Yeah.
It's, slept like shit last night and the night before.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
My air conditioner part, oh my God. My air conditioner part got pushed back a week, so I'm about ready to cancel it and spend a little bit more money and just buy something I can get to like Friday.
Yeah.
It's just a whole bunch of annoying.
Yeah. Yeah.
But whatever. At least I got a slight extension on my shit at work, so
Yeah.
that's not as like stressful as it was.
Well, that's good. Yeah.
Until next week, when it's gonna become stressful again.
Sure.
Of course. Yeah.
Yeah.
As is tradition.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they can't. It's against company policy to stop kicking you in the dick for more than a week. I mean, that's asking a lot.
Yes, yeah, for sure, right?
Like what not for a whole week?
Like, yes.
What are we gonna do?
5 solid days, maybe Saturday.
Can we kick this guy twice? Yeah, go for it. We don't care.
Yeah, we don't give
all right.
We don't give a shit.
Yeah.
But no, other than that crap, I mean, I'm all right, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm glad it's cooling off a little bit around here.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah, I bet with no air conditioner.
Dude, it's brutal.
Fans only do so much, man. I know I house sat for my sister years ago, and they didn't have air conditioning. They had one of those old houses that, where you basically move the air from downstairs to upstairs and hope it cools the upstairs, basically.
Yes.
And that's where the bedroom was. And I slept up there one night. Well, let me rephrase. I laid in bed up there for a while one night. And then I was like, screw this noise. And I just slept on the couch the rest of the time because it was so hot, and I had a fan on me. But, when all you have is hot air, fans don't do anything except move hot air.
For sure.
Fans don't really cool the air. They just move.
They just move it around.
Yeah. So I was like, yeah, this stinks. So,
I mean, the only thing I could say is at least we're on a cooling trend for right now, and it's not like August.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Similar like when my furnace went out on the coldest night that we had that year.
Well, that's of course how it's always going to work.
Yeah. Usually the air goes out when it's bloody hot. So that's why it's like weird talking to a friend of mine in Seattle. And she's like, until last summer, she's like, we didn't even have an air conditioner. And I'm like, how? Because you know me,
Oh, yeah, I get it.
I don't understand this. And she's like, it's usually not that hot here in the summer. She's like, usually fans and stuff work, and I'm like, oh, well, see, we have humidity too.
Yeah.
So in the summer, even if it's not hot, sometimes it's just sticky because it's humid as shit, you know?
Yeah, you gotta love the fact we just have more humidity than like certain areas of California.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Doesn't even make sense.
No.
I mean, I remember looking at the weather.
Because we have a little lake next to us.
Well, it's like I remember looking at the weather because I think Neil or Annalise a while ago posted like, "Oh, it's so warm today," and I looked at their weather and then pulled up mine and screen capped it and like, yeah, look at this shit.
Yeah,
it was like 100% humidity, like 96 degrees.
Yeah.
It's like at least you guys are in sunny California.
Yeah.
I live in a fucking swamp.
Yeah, it's I mean, literally it is.
Yeah,
I mean, it was built on a swamp.
Built on a swamp, but then it sank. So we built another one. That one sank.
Yeah.
Built a third one. It burned down, sank. But the fourth one.
The fourth one shall rise. Yeah, we're a persistent group of idiots up here.
Yes, we are.
You think after a few, like, especially once you hit 3, you think they'd be like, maybe this just isn't a good idea.
No, just keep going.
No, someday we're going to have a mighty baseball team and hot dog reputation here.
You're damn right.
Like, okay, you say so.
It's
Build
not,
her up, boys.
It's not hot dogs. It's Hungarian sausages.
Hungarian sausages. Yeah, you're right.
AKA hot dogs.
Yeah, hot dogs. I mean, they are different. But
they are, but still.
But also, I mean,
stop trying to church it up, Pacos.
It is a sausage, but still, yeah.
Although we do have a friend of ours that has close ties to the Pacos.
Very, yeah. I feel sad that we haven't gotten to exploit that enough.
I know, right? You are damn right.
I got a couple free meals years ago. I remember going in there a couple times, and he saw me and Jen were in there, and he came over and talked to us, and then comped their meal. So that was kind of cool.
Good on him. Good on him.
Yeah. Straight. I mean, pretty nice. Come over and say, hey, have some free sausages.
Sausages.
So we did.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah. Man, I'm like a dummy. I got up today and I was thinking about I got some steaks in the fridge. I was like, I should go out and cook those today. And completely forgetting, it was going to absolutely pour earlier.
Oh yeah, that shit came down like crazy. At least at my work, it came down insanely hard.
Yeah, it was nuts here too. So, I was like, well, I guess I'll wait till tomorrow. And then I forgot I'm supposed to be going out tomorrow. So it's like, shit, I don't know what I'm going to do with those unless I slice them up and marinate them. So that it gives me another, little bit of time. Either that or I'll just have to cook them. But it's like, I hate to just cook a steak. You know what I mean? Like if you cook it as part of a dish, it reheats differently than.
I mean, you could slice it up and marinate it and do that stuff you're telling me about.
Yeah, I just need to pick up some of that. Well, it says online you can use if you don't have
bachans.
Yeah, if you don't have the miso sauce, you can use soy sauce. So I could just use a little soy for the marinade and then pick up a bottle of that stuff while I'm out or something. But I'll figure it out. I'm for sure not letting 2 steaks go to waste.
No,
that ain't happening.
That'd be crazy talk.
Yeah.
You don't want to do that.
Right. Plus that udon dish looks so delicious. Anyway, moving on. But yeah, speaking of the Blackstone, update on that obviously I told you a little bit yesterday, but I've cooked on it a few times now. What's funny is neighbors seeing me while I'm just standing there, doing the after stuff,
cleaning it and shit.
Like when it's just seasoning and they just see smoke coming off of it, and one's like, "Are you supposed to do that?" And I was like, "Yeah." Because he saw me already cook the food, and then he was like, he took the food off, but now his grill's like smoking hot.
Like, yeah, I'm giving it yet another protective layer.
Yeah.
Of polymerized fats.
Deliciousness, yeah.
Yes.
So, yeah, I've been staying on top of that pretty well. As soon as it's done, just going ahead and, hitting it with a little bit of water and, scraping her off, and then, hit the Earl and get that heat up. So
I'm fascinated how we figured that out as like a species.
Yeah.
Like here's this hot metal, but if we douse it in fat and get it even hotter, suddenly it like protects itself. you know?
It's so
it doesn't even
weird,
make sense.
Yeah.
I'm sure it was all like an accidental thing. Like,
right.
Oh, this pan I cook in all the time, man, like nothing sticks to it anymore. It doesn't even rust. Crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
how'd you do that, fag or whatever? Like the Fagamizer.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. That was his
Yeah.
nickname. Yeah.
Yeah.
If they could pronounce that.
Well, no, that's a Far Side comic.
Oh, okay.
The spiky
Okay.
tail of a
Right.
Stegosaurus. And then, like, scientists officially named that part of the dinosaur the Fagamizer or whatever,
Yeah.
which I think is hilarious.
Right.
Yeah, good shit.
Oh man, I forgot about that. It's obviously since it's not printed anymore, or there's no new ones. You forget about it. That's a comic I should try to get the books of because I have.
There was a couple of them at the Goodwill bookstore.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, at least last time I was up there.
Right.
I don't know how that stuff moves up there, but
yeah, who knows? Yeah. Right. But yeah, it's been kind of fun out there, learning that. Like I told you yesterday, it's been weird trying to get used to using the long spatulas as a person who's never used them before. Well, I take that back. I used them at your house for the first time, and I was like, these are awkward as hell. Now, fortunately, I lean ambidextrous, more than I am left-handed. So that doesn't feel weird. I'm able to use use the tools with both hands okay, but I'm just not used to the length of the spatulas.
No, I get it, man. It's like I don't know.
It's a different feel.
Yeah, it's just the extra length of it is all it is.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to turn veggies and stuff, like when I was doing peppers and onions, getting underneath it and then flipping them and stuff. It's like, yeah, you can tell I'm a greenhorn at this for sure, because I'm still like not very good at it. But practice.
Yeah,
so,
exactly. The more you cook on it, the better you get.
Yeah. But I decided I started with like doing chicken fajitas, and I've done smash burgers, and what else did I do? I did something else on it. I don't remember. There's something else I did anyway, but it was.
You got to make chopped cheese on it.
Oh, I will.
Yeah,
I will.
All right, it's good. It's good.
But I've been trying to. My intent was like I'm gonna pick things that basically I can do blindfolded. That way, I'm learning the grill and the stuff. You know what I mean? Like the only learning curve is just the grill.
Right. I mean, have you tried Campbell's Thick and Chunky Soup by chance?
For what now?
Just put it right on top of the flat top.
Oh, delicious. No, I haven't.
You never had griddle soup?
I'll tell you what, dude. After seeing some of the videos I've watched, I wouldn't be shocked. I mean, people basically are like, "What if I can griddle this?"
I mean, that crazy Bayou dude that I watch, I watched him make some sort of pasta dish on it.
Yeah.
Or no, he was making like jambalaya. And he just straight up put his pan on the flat top.
Oh yeah, I could see that.
And to get like the water and stuff going for his rice and everything,
Right. Well, I saw somebody talking about making. Well, you mentioned it yesterday though too, like a tortellini dish. I saw something in one of the chats where somebody talked about making like spaghetti on the griddle or something like that. And I was like, what?
I mean, I've seen this spaghetti recipe that I want to try. It's called it's basically translates into assassin spaghetti.
Okay.
And it's spicy, but you take it and you basically cook it down to sauce and everything until it's almost like starts burning. And then you move it around some more and you crisp it up some more.
Weird.
It looks fucking delicious. I should pull it up.
Yeah, all right.
It looks delicious.
Yeah, you should for sure also send me that. I'll link to that.
Hey, fucking assassin spaghetti.
Hey. Yeah. But I'm like I said, just kind of learning it so far, but so far so good. I'm enjoying it. So like I said, steaks up next, but the more I'm thinking about it, given the time frames, I think I am going to go for that other dish instead. Because I really don't, I got pizza that's literally going to be delivered in like 2 minutes here.
Right.
So I'm not, not having steak tonight. I ain't trying to go out, I mean, I could go out like 10 o'clock and fight the mosquitoes.
What about a little fucking shake and bake?
Oh, yeah.
Actually, I bet you pork chops. I just sent you I sent you the worst Google link ever.
Cool. I saw it was like 1 million.
Yeah, I hated that Google does that. I'm like, there's a link right here. We got to have all of our Google tracking shit attached to it.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, it can't just be here's the actual link.
Assholes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been. I really want to go out there and just make like a really good grilled cheese.
Yeah, that is one of the things, right? I was thinking last night, I was a little hungry and I was thinking about hot dogs and I'm like, I should go out there and make, and it's like, you're gonna fire the damn thing up for like 2 hot dogs.
I would. Be out there
'Cause I
like
was thinking of
3 in the
splitting 'em.
morning. Neighbors just hear clang, 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 clang,
Yeah.
clang.
Because I was thinking of splitting them and getting that nice crisp on the inside too.
Next,
But,
next is hibachi tricks.
yeah, I saw that there's actually that guy I told you about. I forgot the first part of his name, but it's something Hussey. Oh, actually, I have it
Probably
right here.
starts with an H, like Harry to Hussey or Henry.
It is. Yeah, it's
Henrietta.
His name's Matt Hussey, but
Oh, well, that doesn't even make any sense.
well, that's weird. I don't see a link to his channel on here. I followed his channel too.
Is he the horny Hussey?
No, it's Hungry Hussey. There it is.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah, because he's the one that has the steak udon recipe, which I guess I could put in the show notes in case anybody has a Blackstone wants to make steak udon. But
Udon.
ooh, yeah. God, I love udon. Since like stumbling onto having some chewy udon, it's like, oh, that's all I can think about now. I'm sweating right now thinking about it.
Dude, perfect name for food truck. Chewdon.
Chewdon, yeah.
Hell yeah.
All the food looks like it's had a bite taken out of it.
I mean, that's even funnier.
Not as funny as my hibachi truck, but
True.
where I'm just gonna, whatever I make, I just throw it right from the grill right at the person's face.
Yes.
With the spatulas, of course, But yeah, it's amazing how I love one of my things in the Blackstone videos is that whatever they're using is basically Blackstone product, right? Like the dude's like he's like, you can get all your stuff together. And he's like, that's one of the Blackstone pans right there, meaning like a cookie sheet. And he's like, I love those. They're real convenient. Blah, blah. I'm like, bruh, it's a cookie sheet. Like, come on. Like, let's not.
Yeah, stop it.
Let's not. I mean, I get it. You got to sell the brand. I understand. And there's a lot of Blackstone official gear out there. Like,
I mean, the only thing that I've seen in some of the videos that I'm like, that would be nice, is those big square bottles in the bottle holder.
Oh, yeah.
Because I mean, I have like loose bottles.
Yeah, I do too.
But those big square, it looks like they hold so much oil.
Yeah, that's the one
And
thing that
water.
does suck. Like every time I use it, it's like I feel like I get about 3 uses out of the bottle, and then I got to refill it.
Yeah.
Because you got to earl the thing to cook, and then afterwards you need some more on there. So
Like
it's no big deal.
Like
but still.
pro tip that I've found too is people are probably like, shut the fuck up, guys, move on.
That's what I'm thinking.
But
yeah.
when you're cooking veggies, dude,
Yeah.
you put them kind of in a pile together and you hit it with water so it steams up and it helps
Right.
cook.
Yeah.
Yeah, man,
sense.
I'm ready to cook on the Blackstone. Look, all right, stop the show. We got to go cook.
All right, let's
go.
cook. Yeah. Let's cook.
Yeah.
I think it's time for us to just start our own cooking show.
Oh,
it's
there
like
you go.
Brian and Tony on the Blackstone or something like I don't know. Salty Blackstone.
Salty no.
Salty griddle.
I got nothing on this one.
Can we griddle it?
Will it griddle?
Will it griddle? Yeah. Like the first episode's chunky soup.
Hell yeah, thick and hearty.
Damn right. There's no reason you couldn't. You probably just, as long as you keep moving it around, I bet it would. I mean, it's gonna heat it, obviously. I just don't think it's a smart idea.
No, it's a terrible idea. That's why I love it.
The better move would be like chicken noodle soup, a nice runny soup.
Yeah, exactly. Just broth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, how the hell am I getting this off of here onto or into a bowl?
So that's why I suggested thick and hearty.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, well,
Yeah.
this might work in a weird fashion.
Yeah. I hear you on the grilled cheese, though. I've kind of thought about that, too, that might be a move. And I was like, I could do, like, especially if, like, make a vegetable or something to go with the grilled cheese. That way you feel like you're not just doing it for a grilled cheese.
Right.
It's kind of like if I was going to do hot dogs, instead of doing hot dogs, the moves go get some sausages and then do a little peppers, onions next to it.
Oh, absolutely.
then throw it all together. Have yourself a nice hot Italian or something like
Why
that.
stop at hot dog? You get a brat.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go get you something that's got a little substance to it.
A little fucking tooth to it.
Yeah. So
since we're talking food real quick, I did a little experiment over the weekend. Brian, picture this, Sicily. So got myself a hot pan, put some Earl in it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I got garlic prepped and set aside. I got Italian seasonings. I got my Parmesan cheese, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Nice.
And I combined all this with pan-fried pizza rolls. And they were fucking delicious.
I've wondered for a long time if sauced pizza rolls would be good.
I didn't sauce them.
No. I'm just saying. I'm just on a separate thing.
Oh, okay,
like,
all right.
Because you think about it, right? Like nuggies are good.
Yes.
Sauce nuggies, extra good. Or boneless wings, however you want to refer to them, same difference. And like with pizza rolls, I was like, I've never been a person who dips my pizza rolls, but I do know there are people who do. And I was like, you could just toss those in a light sauce.
I don't know how I never thought about dipping a pizza roll, but that's never occurred to me.
Right? So I'm thinking like, and I don't even mean, you could do marinara if you want to, but I'm thinking like that garlic parm sauce.
Oh, yeah.
That we've got, because garlic parm on the crust is delicious on pizza. So why not just toss them in a real light coating of some garlic parm? I bet they'd be amazing.
I mean, that's basically what I made, was like they turned into like garlic bread pizza rolls.
Yeah.
They were so fucking good,
amazing.
dude.
Yeah, I'm with you on that, buddy.
Yeah.
That's so I said I've thought for a long time about sauce, and it's like I've just never been like, I should get some sauce for them, because they usually have a little sauce in them.
Yeah, normally I'm too busy not trying to burn my mouth.
Yeah. Well, after the first one, you don't even know what you're eating anyway.
That's true.
You just scorched earth your tongue.
That's accurate. That's accurate.
Yeah.
No, they were good. I was calling them fat kid pizza rolls.
I actually think that's something that if you put it online, somebody would probably, somebody may already have.
I'm sure it's already out there.
Right?
Yeah,
but,
it's got to be out there.
So there's so many people that probably would hear that though and go, oh, because there's a lot of food like that you just eat it as is. You don't think about, taking it up a notch or whatever.
You got to pull an emerald and like bang, kick it up a notch.
Yeah.
Was it bang? He said, or is it bam?
Bam.
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 Oh yeah, bang.
Yeah.
That was Bam Bam Bigelow's cooking show.
Yeah.
Or no, Cactus Jack.
Cactus Jack. There you go. Bang bang. Yep.
Yeah. Did Bam Bam? Oh, he said Bam Bam, of course.
Yeah, he just bam bam. Yeah. Like, or if you're talking about the
very unoriginal.
Cartoon. Yeah.
Yes, him too.
Yeah.
Clearly Bam Bam on the Flintstones.
Yeah. All right, I gotta grab my pizza real quick.
Oh, okay, all right. I was like, what's happening?
Yeah, it just showed that it delivered, so I'll be right back.
Yeah, no worries. Oh, fuck. I'm still recording over here.
All right. So, yeah, I guess we should probably move on from
I don't even remember what we're talking.
Blackstone talk.
We moved into something else and then something else.
Yeah.
Fourth wall break, Brian needed pizza in his life.
I did. My pizza showed up finally, and I needed to cram some in my face.
That's fine. I was
watching. So much better.
So let me bounce this off you, because I was watching TikTok while you were smashing some pizzas.
Yeah.
I don't know what chamoy is. Do you know what chamoy is? I know it's a Mexican thing.
No clue.
Okay. It's a variety of savory sauces and condiments made from pickled fruit. Typically, its flavor is salty, sweet, sour, and spiced. Fair enough.
Similar to us. Yeah.
Yeah. Accurate. We do need salty language ran chamoy.
We do.
So on this TikTok, this guy he cut a chunk of watermelon that was like wide as fuck.
Okay.
Stuck a skewer in it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. This is at a state fair, so we're talking fair food. It's gonna get crazy.
All right.
And then proceeded about 3/4 of the way up this big piece of watermelon to wrap it in fruit by the foots.
What?
Okay.
Okay.
And then he dipped the other half in this chamoy.
Okay.
And then put it in a cardboard thing because it's going to leak shit everywhere. And then squeeze fresh lemon on top. And there you go. There's your watermelon pop.
Oh, that's wild. I bet that's really good.
It's probably really good, but nothing like making fruit the worst thing for you.
Yeah. Right. I was waiting for you to say deep fry.
No, just because, you know, it opens with a person holding it. And I'm like, what is that? So, and then when I saw his watermelon, I'm like, well, now I'm interested.
Yeah.
And then the fruit by the foots. That's why I was like, the fuck? You know?
That's different for sure. I wonder what made him think of that.
I don't know. Drugs, probably.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
I have no idea, man.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, that would very much explain it away.
Yeah. Wow. Fascinating.
All right. That's different for sure. Yeah.
Anywho, I was telling you, I mean, because we're talking about weird things too. I picked up on Friday a 12-pack of Land Shark Lager for you, Jimmy.
Candy Graham.
For you, Jimmy Buffett people out there.
Yeah.
Did I tell you about the pina colada beer recipe I saw?
Yes.
Okay, I tried it.
Okay.
It's really good.
Okay.
But when you've like already had a couple beers with your coworkers and you come home and you make this that's got rum in it, it was a terrible idea.
Sounds like a great idea.
But
I don't know
it did taste good, and I'll probably do some more this weekend. But yeah. But on the flip side of things, stuff that doesn't taste good.
Okay.
On this same shopping trip where I picked up the stuff to make this, I wandered by Kroger's cold beverage cooler because I'm like, I want a cold beverage right now, right? But I don't want a Monster. I don't want a soda. Let's see what else they got. Now I was like, oh shit, clearly Canadian.
Yeah.
And now
wow, that still exists.
That still exists.
I didn't know that still existed. Okay.
And they now have zero sugar, clearly Canadian.
Okay.
So I'm like, oh well, fuck, I gotta try this, right?
Yeah.
Black cherry was always my jam for clearly Canadian.
Black cherry drinks generally hit pretty good.
Bro.
It's rare that you get one unless it's a little like cough syrupy.
Yes.
You know?
It tastes like drinking red NyQuil.
Oh, God.
It was vile.
Oh, no good.
And I still ended up drinking it all because I was thirsty.
Wow.
But
you don't want to waste, right?
God, it was horrible.
You know, my mom and I were talking about this, like coming from
America?
Scarcity.
Oh.
No, coming from like a scarcity mindset on things to where like you always want to buy extra, like way more toilet paper than you're going to need. And I don't mean like hoarding it, but you know what I mean? Like when you get down to like 6 or 7 rolls in the house and you're like, we got to buy more. And you buy like the 24-pack kind of thing.
Oh, I get the Costco brick.
Yeah. So you get like, 7,000 or so rolls,
Some,
I think.
yeah. I don't even know. I think Pilgrims were first dug into the pack I'm using.
Right. But, you know, I was telling, we've talked about different things and I'll bring stuff up occasionally, like how I'll buy something at the store because it's or I won't buy it because it's not in my I don't know how to word it. Like it's in your budget, but you're also like, I just can't bring myself to buy this for this price kind of a thing. Like here's a great example. Okay, right. We have taco salad occasionally.
Yeah.
Right. And we like throw Doritos as the base, but the nacho cheese, the different nacho cheese like generics or store brands that I've tried, none of them are the same as Doritos.
There is something about those Doritos.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
It's just there's something about those nacho cheese ones. It's just I've had a variety of different stores brands, and none of them seem to hit the same. So, but
although
I have a
the Clancy ones,
yeah, those are the closest.
They're
I
pretty
think
good.
I've found.
They're pretty good.
But it's something that's like, well, you're buying them for this dish, right? Like I'm not buying them generally to just smash, you know, it's like, it's part of this. And I still am like, when I look at them at $5 or whatever a bag at Kroger, I'm just like, I'm not paying that.
Like, that's insane.
Right. But the other side of it is I am the type of person that, I mean, I squeeze the toothpaste out of the tube until there is, I mean, nothing left of the tube, basically. I've
Oh,
squoze it so much, right?
yeah, my tube looks like a vampire has assaulted it every night of its
Yeah,
life.
right.
It's so
And
busted right now, and I've had fresh toothpaste on deck for like 2
same
weeks.
here.
Yeah.
Yep, yep. That's what I was gonna get at. Is I got a fresh tube sitting right there, no problem. I can just throw this thing in the trash and not worry about it. But it's just how I'm built, right? Like I was using, I'm in the shower yesterday, and the bar of soap I have is down to the little nub, basically. And I'm like, I have more soap. Why don't I just throw this away? Why am I still using this little nub that's near impossible to actually use, and it doesn't lather up much anymore?
Can I tell you something that we're using that it's like I used to be bar soap guy as a kid, transitioned into body wash,
Right.
back to bar soap, right?
Same, pretty much, yeah.
So I go to that Buff City soap store on Secor to get like beard oil
Yeah.
because they have good scents and it's pretty affordable.
Okay.
And the one time, because Michelle likes bar soap, so we bought a couple bars of soap.
Mm.
And they're like, hey, do you want a soap bag? And we're like, what the fuck is that? And it's
Oh,
basically
yeah.
a loofah you put your bar soap in.
Right. Yeah. I used to have one of
Dude, the
those.
thing kicks ass. And it's only like a couple bucks there. Like I
Right.
was just telling her before recording, I'm like, oh shit, we got to go to Buff City because my bar of soap's getting a little low,
Right.
But when you
right,
got the soap bag, you don't have to worry about the sliver.
right.
You just put more soap in there and they like intermingle.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
But it's funny though how, like you said, it's like I got another bar of soap on deck,
Oh, yeah.
ready to go, and yet I'm still like using this little like two by two piece of soap that I can, drops out of my hand all the time, and it's like, why am I doing this? Like, why? I'm not in such a bad way that I can't. It's and it's not like I'm. Oh, I'm fancy throwing this little tiny piece away. It's like, I don't like being wasteful, but I don't feel like when you get to that point, I don't really feel like it's being wasteful, but my brain still won't let me do it.
Well, yeah, because it still has use, man.
Yeah.
That's why I have a drawer full of nuts and bolts and shit.
Yeah. Cords.
Cords, zip
Yeah.
ties, rubber bands,
Yeah. It's so wild how our brains do that,
Well,
especially when you have an abundance,
and
or could easily have an abundance.
yeah, well, you're not wrong. Like we both had that scarcity kind of mindset growing up.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like the same reason probably with that stupid Clearly Canadian. I was thirsty,
Yeah.
but I didn't have to finish it.
Dude, I've done the same thing.
I'm like, every time I took a drink, I was like, oh, I let
Smart-
Michelle try it. She's like,
Smart Water has a couple flavored waters, and I got one. I thought I was just grabbing a Smart Water at Target, and I didn't realize it was like lime something, and it was gross. And I was like, this is all I got to drink, so I just I just drank
power
it.
through it. Yeah.
And I'm just like, oh, this is, every time I took a drink, I'm like, oh, this is terrible. And I went to other stores. I could have just winged that thing in the trash and bought another drink.
It's true.
But no, I was like, no, I don't want to waste it.
Yeah, it's exactly it. Like, well,
There's
I
kids out
paid
there
for
who
it.
love this. Yeah.
Although, not gonna lie, I did throw away like 3 beers in the beginning of the year
Yeah.
because I bought this beer that you know me, Brian. I can power through some beer.
Yeah.
Even if it's not great, I'm like, I'll put it like these land sharks. These aren't great by themselves.
No. Well, you can get through
we
it.
mix them with coconut rum and pineapple juice. They taste amazing. But these beers I bought were like this margarita lime sour, and we were having tacos that night. I'm like, oh, it'd be like having a margarita.
Sounds perfect. Yeah, right.
They were one of the worst sours I've ever had in my life. Like, they had no redeeming quality.
Oh, jeez.
And they sat in my fridge through the whole winter, and I opened it like when I was starting to, reload the fridge out there.
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh, God, these things still exist.
Yeah.
And I just winged them in the trash because they're just, I want to give them to my friends. That's how bad they were.
Yeah. I've done that with stuff too, because it's just so gross that you're just like, I don't, nobody's going to want this.
I can't.
Yeah. Yep. Exactly. It's funny that I made, the recipe was a mushroom stroganoff.
Yeah, mushroom stroganoff is more like it.
But
Wait,
I
what?
threw a little I threw a little meat in there,
Oh.
but it was mostly mushrooms and stuff. And it was like a vegetarian recipe, but it didn't end up being vegetarian because I used like Worcestershire sauce and chicken stock. Oh no, I used vegetable stock for that. That's right, because I had some. But anyway, it turned out pretty good. I was pretty happy with it. And the noodles I made, did some egg noodles to put it over, and I ate through those, and I was like, oh, I still have stroganoff left. I need to make up some noodles. And so when I went to pour them in the water, I poured way too much in there. So I have not way too much, but I have like a sandwich bag with just noodles in the fridge. And I'm like, what the fuck am I doing with these? Like I don't. And in my head, I was like, just throw them away, And I was like, no, I can't waste them. It's like, there's got to be something in the fridge I can mush them with and,
just mush them with butter and garlic.
Yeah, right. That's what. But it was just kind of funny, again, it was just like, there's this little bag of them that even I was just like, no, I gotta figure out a use for that.
I mean, my grandma, my dad's side of the family was, obviously grew up during the Depression and all that shit.
When people knew what poor really was.
Yeah. And she was so bad about holding out. Like, that was the move. Like, if you're going to get cereal at grandma's, you open it, you go. And then if it was bad, you had to put it back in the fridge, because if you dumped it out, she would roundhouse your ass.
Yeah.
Like, she kept stuff way too long.
Yeah. My grandma did that too, and I think it was for similar reasons.
Yeah.
Because they knew what basically, being dirt poor was.
For sure. But, oh, God. I mean, I'm glad I don't have to live like that, but.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. It's kind of a constant fight for me because, like you said, we came up that way.
Yeah.
So on one hand, I don't mind it, right? Like, I'm not, I'm the one I'm going to try to get all the ketchup out of the bottle. But at a certain point, I've gotten better about to where I'm like, just throw it out. Like, it's just not going to happen.
So here's what I do. Is, okay, we're getting low on mustard, ketchup, barbecue sauce, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And if it's like to the point where I'm like, well, it's too much to use as a dip.
Yeah.
But it's not enough. I don't want to just throw it away.
Yeah.
I'll open up the new one, and then I'll have them dock, basically. I'll just sit them on the counter, and I'll walk away, and then I come back, and it's empty.
Okay. That's not. I mean, that's not a terrible idea, though. Really, because you are trying to not be wasteful in that regard.
But it's for the same reason. It's not because I'm like, I don't want to throw this away. It's because it's like, this is the last ketchup I ever owned.
Yeah. Dude, I there were times growing up where I remember my mom, like, when we were getting low on ketchup, like, she'd put a little bit of like water in the ketchup to kind of
Motussin.
Yeah, it was, sometimes that's what had to happen.
Oh yeah, of course.
I
mean, that's you do what you got to do, man.
Yeah, but I'm for sure not going that route. The only time I'll put water in like a sauce container is when I'm making like pasta. Yeah. Put a little water in the jar and kind of shake it up and get the rest of that out, and then dump the water into the sauce.
I mean, shit. Even yesterday, we made one of our favorite meals. Burger salad, big fan.
Right.
It's basically a cheeseburger, but it is a salad.
I think that's what my mom did with the last of the smash burgers I made.
So good.
Because I was looking and I didn't see any buns or bread used, and I'm like, did she just? I'm like, she'll just eat them plain though, too, or not plain, but with nothing, no bun.
Oh, dude, like heat them up, lettuce, and you throw pickles, mayo, mustard, ketchup. Shit's delicious.
Mix up, do a quick Big Mac sauce and put it.
That's what I'm getting at. So
okay.
So yesterday, Michelle was like, "Hey, for the burgers salad, I got squeezy mayonnaise because our jar was almost empty."
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, cool, because it's a lot easier to do a little squeezy over it than to spoon of full right in the middle of the fucking bowl. Right.
That's the only thing I like about squeezable sour cream.
Yes.
Is that exact same thing? Because I hate when you got to put like a big glob in one spot.
You're like, damn it.
But what I hate about squeezable sour cream is that if you don't use it right away, it's real hard to tell if it's gone bad because you can't see inside that container.
True. But so like we had French fries too. She's like, I picked up fries too because burger salad and fries. Why not?
Yeah, sure, why not?
And
why bother with the salad? Just put it over the fries.
And my ass, I'm looking at that jar of mayonnaise, and I should have just hook shot it in the garbage.
Right.
But I'm like, there's enough mayo in here. I can make a fry sauce.
Right.
So I did.
Well, it's not bad in a jar if you have like a scraper or something,
Yeah, and I
like
did,
those rubber
Oh, for
spatulas
sure.
or something.
And of
Yeah,
course, I have the tools and all that, but
right, right.
you
So
know,
that's not so bad.
but I'm
but
just
yeah.
like, and all I could think of is the time when her and I started living together, and I was like, yeah, of course his mayo's good, and then we were sick as a dog for like a day.
Yeah, yeah, I've been there too.
You know,
buddy.
and that's me looking at the jar in the back of my head going like, well, I might get ill, or this is going to be some banging fry sauce.
Right, right.
Turns out banging fry sauce.
Little your grandma came through on the other one, though.
I can't help it, though. Like you were saying, that's the way I'm wired, and I'm sure it's
that's
some
the thing
sort of,
too is
defect up here.
right. Well, sometimes you smell stuff and it's like it smells okay. And it's like it's been in the fridge for like 6 years, but it smells all right.
I mean, how many times I've said out loud, "You can't believe the date."
Oh, I know, right? Which is true, but also
it's true to a point.
There's certain things, right? Like I've always said, like when it comes to anything dairy, I trust the date for the most part. Milk's a little different because milk you can smell.
Yeah.
If it's gone bad, you as soon as you open it, you go, "Oh God."
Cheese is pretty apparent, starts turning funky colors.
Right. It's like dairy, I have a much firmer line on that.
Eggs.
It's like this says it's bad. Eggs are iffy. Yeah. Yeah. Because we've had eggs that have been a week or two beyond and they were still just fine.
Yeah. You got to do it. You got to put them in a glass of water. I don't remember which one it is.
Yeah.
It's like if they float, they're good, or if they sink, they're not, or vice versa. Don't take my advice, people.
Well, look it up because apparently that's true. I've never tested it to find out, but that's an old saying or old thing. So
I think if they float, they're bad because they're starting to build up like that sulfurous gas in there and shit.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah, and then they just become weapons.
Yeah. Oh, anyway. But it is funny how that scarcity mindset really sticks with you. It's hard to break yourself of that. And it's because I don't want to be wasteful, of course, because like you said, there's a lot of times where you're like, I can still use this for something.
I mean, dude,
so I don't want to throw something away.
All my squeezy bottles for my flat top are all recycled, like quality sauce bottles. I'm not like the Bachan bottles.
Yeah,
those are really good bottles for and I love the sauce. I'm like an American Indian. I use the whole animal.
Right. That's fair.
Yes.
Dude, I had a bottle of olive oil and there was maybe half a teaspoon of oil in there, but of course I'm just and it's this big bottle too. So it's just clogging up all this space in the cupboard, and I was just like, I can't throw it away because there's still oil in there.
Yeah, there's still oil in there. What are we doing?
Right. Which is fine. I wouldn't throw that away anyway, because that amount of oil is actually useful sometimes. Sometimes you just need a little tiny bit of oil.
For sure.
A little finish on top of your spaghetti or something.
Look, I don't know if you noticed how shiny my head is, but that's because I put olive oil on it, Brian.
That's what I figured. Yeah. You're talking about Popeye's girlfriend, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Nice.
Freaking bag of antlers.
Yeah. I mean, you ain't wrong. Yeah. So here's something real quick. I know we've talked
so much see in her. I don't understand it. Like him and Bluto were like, listen, though, we're gonna fight over that.
Think about it this way. Look at Popeye. I mean, and aside from being super strong, I mean, he's got the one eye thing. He's smoking a pipe all the time. He's got that weird chin. Maybe
clearly
that's all he can
beats
get.
Off constantly.
Yeah. I feel like Bluto could have done better. I'm not sure Popeye could have.
Yeah, you're probably right. Popeye was kind of a freak. Bluto was, he was just a big, strapping dude.
Yeah.
He was just a piece of shit, though. That was his problem.
Exactly.
His problem was personality.
Yeah, exactly.
But olive oil, not even remotely attractive.
At me, man. I don't know.
Like, hey, are you attracted to number 2 pencils?
Who isn't?
Mm-hmm. Anywho, I sidetracked us.
Right. So, I know we've talked a lot of food stuff on here, but over the last month or two, my mom was told by her doctor to cut her salt intake or her sodium intake, right? Yeah. So I've been looking at like everything I'm buying now because you know how it is. Anything packaged in any way usually has a butt ton of salt added to it.
For sure.
So, and
stay away from canned veggies. Start buying frozen.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing is like Kroger has quite a few that are no salt added.
Oh, boo. I mean, yeah, that's probably good.
So there's that. But yeah, you're right. Otherwise, fresh or frozen is how you're supposed to buy them if you're looking to lower sodium. But it's interesting. I was looking at, because, on a steak, I like the salt, pepper. That's all I usually do on it. And I tried, like, we have Mrs. Dash, and I tried that on the last steaks I made, and I was like, no, this isn't it. But I did find was it Kingsford, I think it is, had like a salt-free like steak, or meat kind of thing. And I put it on those smash burgers I made. It was really good. And I was like, okay, this might work on the steak.
Oh, interesting.
And I found a salt-free chicken one also. So I was like, okay, and when I've used it, and it was real, that's what I used on the fajitas, and it was really good. So I was like, okay, cool. I found a couple, options here. I didn't know. Huh.
Did you know, Tony Chachere's, that Cajun blend?
Oh, yeah.
They have a salt-free version.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I just Googled salt-free seasoning because I'm like, what else? What do they have? And yeah, there's a salt-free Cajun seasoning.
Well, here's what's real funny. So I'm looking for just salt-free options while I was at Kroger the other day,
of course,
right?
Yeah, of course.
Morton's has in a little shaker that is a sodium-free salt alternative.
What the fuck is that?
And I can't remember what they use instead, but I tasted it and it has a salty taste to it, but I was reading about it online, and you have to be careful if you have certain health conditions.
Oh boy.
Because basically the I forgot what it is they use instead, but it can make kidney like if you have kidney disease of any kind, you should steer clear of it. And it says for diabetics to be careful of it. Basically, what the stuff I read online said is to only use that as kind of like a finishing salt.
Oh.
Just a little sprinkle over the top. But I guess to some people, it has a real metallic taste.
Interesting.
I did not get that. But also, they also have a lower sodium salt. Because, and this, it sounds weird, but hold on for a second. Here's the thing.
Okay, all right.
Salt and sodium are two different things. Because sodium is, think about, like, the chemical breakdown of sodium is different than the chemical breakdown of salt.
Well, like sodium's its own thing.
Right.
Yeah.
So you can lower the sodium content in salt, and it's still salt. But if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So I was, because I'm reading, I'm looking at that, and I'm like,
table salt, sodium chloride. That's right.
Right, and I'm like, how the hell can you have lower sodium salt? So I, real quick Googled it because I was very curious, and then I was like, oh, okay, that makes actually a lot of sense. But it's like, I don't want to use a bunch of this shit either. You know what I mean? Because first of all, in table salt is was it iodide or whatever?
Yeah, iodine. Yeah.
And that's like the only way our body gets that. So it is important to
use that. You.
Yeah.
I'm over here doing iodine flights.
But it's been really weird because you know how it is. A lot of sodium-free or low salt stuff kind of tastes like shit.
Your ma's on a low sodium, not a low salt.
Yes. Now,
okay.
People typically treat them as one in the same.
Yeah, for sure. Because when you say low sodium, my brain immediately goes salt.
Yeah. Like when I'm cooking now, I'm not adding salt to things a lot of times. It's more of if it's missing salt, just put a little salt over the top.
Yeah.
Right. Type of thing. Or certain dishes, like she made scalloped potatoes and ham yesterday. And I bought Kroger. Campbell's has reduced sodium cream of mushroom soup, and then I saw they also have no salt added cream of mushroom soup, and I was like, oh, so I got some of that. And in the dish, it's got, you put ham in there, and ham is salty.
Yeah.
So we had it last night, and I was like, I don't miss any additional salt in here because the ham is so salty, it adds enough to the whole dish. The
fuck.
So you learn that a little bit. That sometimes you're not going to miss the salt in some of the stuff. And the cream of mushroom soup didn't really taste any different. I was very surprised. The overall dish was just less salty,
Unlike our show, which is more salty.
More salty, yeah. And then one last thing, which blew my mind. I didn't know these existed because I've been buying lightly salted potato chips, right?
Yeah.
And you know how it is, like reduced sodium or lower sodium does not mean low sodium. It just means that it's lower than the normal, right? Like if you get soy sauce, it's got a ton of sodium in it. If you get reduced sodium soy sauce, it still has a ton of sodium.
Just less.
Right, just less, right? Same with potato chips. But Utz actually makes a type of potato chip that's called no salt added, and it's literally just potatoes and oil.
Interesting.
And it's weird because when I'm eating them, you just taste potato.
I mean, that's not bad. Potato's good.
It's not, but I do miss the salt, right? Like that's one thing where I miss the salt, but my mom really enjoys them. So I was like, like for a serving of those, it's only got like 5 milligrams of salt in them versus I think like 115 for the lower sodium ones. That's a massive difference.
Full sodium just goes hard.
yeah, you know. So, you know, it's like there's some of the options out there aren't as bad as they used to be, because you used to be, if you were on a low sodium diet, it's just bland city.
Yeah.
You know, and you're trying, it's like, well, what you have to do then is you have to use more spices and herbs.
Dude, that's like, I want a postcard that just says greetings from Bland City. I love it.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah, it's like I said, it's been a little tough because everything is just loaded with sodium.
Right, for sure.
I mean, even bread. I saw Aldi has a reduced sodium bread. I've been buying that, and it's all right. It's I don't know. It's not as good, but whatever. You know what I mean? There's certain things you just go, whatever. I'm going to sacrifice.
I mean, this is where the you randomly picking up a fucking bread machine comes into play.
True, because I can.
Because then you just add your own whatever salt you want to it, or lack of salt.
Yeah, I've really been thinking about that because I do know there is a thrift store where I know they have it's the same thrift store where they had some that were like $75, but they had another one that was much cheaper. But
I'm telling you, if you do pull the trigger on it, though, you want to make sure you buy bread flour.
Yeah, right.
Okay, yeah. Wow, this has been like Foodcast.
I know, right? Anyway, real quick,
excuse me.
This week I've been watching. I'm about halfway through Death Note now. And no spoilers.
Of course.
I won't give it in case anybody hasn't watched. First of all, I will say if you haven't watched it, you should. It's really good. But two, it blows my mind how many points where I'm like, you know, if I didn't know how many episodes there were, I'd be like, this is it. This is it.
It's over.
Like, because it feels like it peaks and peaks and peaks. It's not like most things where it kind of just builds.
It's just a big edging session.
It really is, because yeah, again, without going into any details and stuff, you know, it's very interesting, you know. So yeah, really good. I'm glad I started watching that. So yeah, I haven't started. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
It's like we just watched a last episode available of Resident Alien, and it ends on such a cliffhanger, and there's no confirmation if they're making more.
Oh, I know, right?
God, I hate that shit.
Me too.
It's a fun show. If you ever get the opportunity.
It is.
Yeah.
Oh, I've seen plenty of it. Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's a fun show.
It's really good.
Yeah.
And Alan Tudyk is amazing.
He's the best.
He's amazing in everything he does, pretty much.
Yes. Even if he's the voice of a chicken from Moana.
Yeah, that's the thing. All his voice work is really good too. He's very good at a lot of that stuff.
Oh yeah.
So yeah.
Classic.
I was telling you, I played a bunch. I've been playing a lot of Diablo.
The question on my lips is, have you made a wrestling guy yet?
No, I need to do that.
God damn it, Brian. I just downloaded the game yesterday.
No, I said Diablo. You're talking about AEW Fight Forever.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm saying, have you made a wrestling guy yet?
No, I haven't yet.
God damn it.
Dude, I'm so bad. You know I don't start games.
Well, now you have motivation, because I'm saying, Brian, we could play wrestling.
I don't know if actually, because I could download it on my PlayStation.
Oh, you have it for the Xbox?
I do, because it was all they had.
But I'm going to tell you one thing.
Yeah.
It's not amazing, but it's not bad.
Okay.
That's all I got for you. I've only played like 2 matches.
Yeah.
Because it was like, hey, the game's ready to play, and I was like, cool. And only half the game was downloaded. It just gave you just enough that you could do an exhibition match. So I played a match, and then I waited, and then I made my guy, and I played a match as my guy just to see how he worked.
Yeah.
And then, yeah. So,
right.
But you could spend a lot of time making a dude, honestly.
Yeah, I don't doubt it. They all are like that now. That because of how much people loved that back then.
Yeah, except the costume choices are very limited.
Yeah, they are.
And I was sad by it. I'm talking about the move sets are where you can spend a lot of time.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Anywho, Diablo.
Yeah. But yeah, we've talked before about how there's certain things in games like or I won't start a game because I have this like thing in my head that it's like, what if you can't do it? Or what if it's, blah, 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 right? It's like, who cares, right? Like, it's a video game.
Only you would know.
Exactly, right? So in Diablo, remember I mentioned strongholds before?
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, I was near one and it was like level 50 and my dude was like level 8, and I'm like, I should probably steer. And I just got murdered by the boss on it. And anyway, there's some of the side quests you can't do until you beat a couple of those strongholds. And I was looking and I was like, oh, I'm level like 36 or 38 now. And I was like, oh, it's only like 1 or 2 levels above me. So it should be hard, but should be doable. But I was like, I'm going to look online to see if you can solo these. Because my theory was that since they're harder than your level, you might, if you had 2 people at a similar level, you could go, or as long as one, because it's based on whoever has whoever's leading the game.
Okay. The
right.
host.
So if it's based on their difficult or their level.
So if I bought the game and hosted us, you would just jump into my world and just clean house.
Yes.
Because I'd be like fresh with diapers on and shit.
And that is basically how my nephew and I ran things to level up guys really fast previously.
Okay.
Is you just jump in and you just basically, as the weaker person, you just get out of the way basically and let the stronger person just, destroy everything, and you still get all the XP and you get treasure and all that kind of stuff. So you level up very quickly. But or you come into my game, actually, I'm sorry, because the XP will be higher.
Yes.
And you just have to stay alive basically. But
survive.
Good luck. No. But according to the stuff online, it says that the strongholds are solo, like that you can solo them. So I was like, okay, well, I guess maybe I'll give one of them a try and see how hard it is. It's the last time that dude basically just breathed on me and I died. So, hopefully I can hold my own this time. I have much stronger attacks now too. At that time, I think I only had like 1 or 2. You know how you unlock your different attacks?
Your different buttons, basically.
Yeah. I only had like 1 or 2. It basically had the one where I throw a rock and then I could run away. Those were pretty much my options.
Strong move set.
Yeah. So, yeah. But yeah, I'm enjoying it. It feels different than the previous ones, though. I don't know how to describe it, but it feels different. But I've been really enjoying going through doing it.
Dude, we've been playing It Takes Two.
Okay.
Which that game turns fucking insane. I don't want to give anything away.
Okay. But you told me about that. But all right, just keep talking.
It turns insane. Yeah. But there is it's basically full of mini games and shit. They obviously, you're supposed to play with another person. But the level we just did was very Diablo.
Oh, really?
Even the point Michelle's like, God, I feel like playing Diablo now.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah, because like your characters
it's
get
available.
Powers,
It is available on crossplay.
Yeah, but that's another game I'd have to buy.
That's fine. Just sell a kidney or something. Don't worry about the air conditioner.
My kidneys are fucked.
just don't fix the air conditioner. Just get Diablo instead.
It's all that non-sodium I've been using. My kidneys are trashed.
That'll do that.
That'll do it. I mean, honestly, the next game I'm probably going to drop money on eventually is going to be the new Yakuza game.
Oh, yeah.
Infinite Wealth or whatever it's called.
Yeah, something like that.
Because that last one was so much fun.
Yeah.
But I have a really hard time spending like $80 on a new game anymore.
I know. Well, it's silly too. I mean, unless it's something you're playing with other people.
Yeah.
Like getting like if you're into like the Call of Duty scene, you got to buy the new one so you can.
Yeah, you could play with your friends and shit.
Yeah, and learn the maps and all that kind of stuff. But a game like the Yakuza game, it's like you can wait till it drops to $40 or whatever, you know.
I should see, because right now is the days of play. I wonder if it's probably not discounted enough for me to want to spend the money.
That's always my problem. Whenever they run their discounts like that, it's always like $5 off or something. And it's like, this is not enough. Like, I need this to be like $30 off. And you can't go into GameStop and buy a used copy. Yeah. Although there is an option. You could look on eBay for a used copy.
Yeah, that's true.
Because I bought used copies of games on eBay for like $40 when they were, you know, still full price everywhere else.
Newish.
Yeah. And, you know, a lot of times you can get a look at the disc in the auction. So,
I mean, I bought that book off of eBay. So,
yeah,
I dusted off the old account.
Yeah.
I'm probably back down to 0. What's it called? Feedback. I was thinking notoriety. I'm like, that's not right.
Yeah. Close enough.
Close enough.
Yeah. Well, I think that's all I got for that stuff.
Yeah, I'm about tapped. If you want to move over to the Qs.
Yes, sir.
Q dubs.
Let's go.
Last week we asked you guys, what's the most useless kitchen tool? Over here on Instagram, our buddy across the pond, he answered 49 minutes ago. Excellent.
Oh my goodness. Way to get in there.
His short side says, Megan is going for the meat tenderizer hammer. Nothing like a rolling pin in a plastic bag can't deal with. He's not wrong.
She's not wrong. Yeah. I will say, though, I still prefer the hammer.
It's more satisfying.
Yeah. I love the brutal elegance of a hammer, you know?
Yes. He says, I'm going for the mandolin. Not because it's useless. It's just plain feckin' dangerous. Pretty sure using that beast wrong, you're going to lose more skin than crashing your motorbike at 50 miles an hour wearing just shorts and a T-shirt.
Wow.
He's not wrong. I have taken the tip of my finger off of a mandolin before.
I mean, I've sliced my fingernails off a few times. Yeah. Like a little, just shaved a little fingernail into whatever I'm making, but whatever.
A little extra fucking collagen, whatever.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's all right.
Honestly, what I do is I'm like a maniac on that thing until it hits a certain level, and then I'm like super slow.
Yeah, slower down. See,
and I've got the guard thing, but I just don't bother with it.
Whatever.
Well, the reason I don't is mine has plastic pegs on it. It should have metal pegs so that it, goes in and stays in. Because I was using it one time and the thing popped right off, and I was like, I don't think I'm going to use this anymore.
Yeah, you just got to freaking raw dog it and hope for the best.
Yeah, that's why I said I'm like a maniac until it hits a certain point, and then I'm like, okay, nice and slow from here on.
I'm flipping it over to freaking face page now.
All right.
Christine says, I had an answer, but I'm changing it to Mike Riley Jr. Laughing emoji.
Dang.
Wow, someone's talking shit about your nephew.
That's my sister.
Oh my God, is that your sister?
Yeah.
Huh. All right, fair enough.
Just shitting all over her offspring. I like it.
What? No, Christine Fortune?
Oh, no, I'm sorry.
I was like, this doesn't look like your sister, bro. I've seen your sister. All right, Big Dev. He's no longer a Diamond fan. Way to drop the ball, my guy.
Dang it, Dev.
He says, potato chip clip. Eat all the chips in one sitting like a boss.
It's funny. We have like those binder clips. We had a whole bunch of them. And instead of buying chip clips, I just used those.
They work. I mean, whatever.
Same idea. Yeah. And I had a bunch. I mean, we seriously have like 12 of them sitting in a dish in our kitchen.
Oh, I see why. I see what happened here.
Okay.
The whole story makes sense now that I've seen the very bottom comment. Okay. Stephanie Menard, she says, the stove, LOL.
Oh, my. I hope that doesn't mean she's all microwave city over there.
I know, right? And then your nephew, who answered a day before this Christine lady, says, a woman, LOL. Just kidding, a dull knife.
Oh, okay. He's not wrong. A dull knife is a very useless tool. But
dangerous, too.
Mm-hmm.
So that explains that. Okay, it all makes sense now. Full circle.
All right. And by the way, Christine's somebody I know from Twitter from forever ago.
Okay, all right.
She actually came. She lives in Michigan. She came down and visited me God, it's been a few years ago now.
Oh, that lady. I remember her. When she
Yeah,
came
we
down.
hung out. Yeah, we went to, was it the Bar 145, and
Back when
back
it
when
was
they had good
good.
food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now the place is fucking trash.
So sad.
That's what I got, man.
All right. Well, there you go. No, I was just checking Twitter to see if I had any answers over there, but I don't see any. So Cheeto says, my wife, and then he says, I'm kidding. She's fantastic. I don't know if he wanted me to do my horrible Borat impression, but I chose to, whether he wanted to or not.
I think it's a good move.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he says, my serious answer is probably a garlic press. I know people love them and that's cool, but I've never had a use for one. I just use a knife and maybe a little sprinkle of kosher salt. That's decent. I can understand that because I don't know. People have so much trouble with garlic. I've never understood it.
I don't get it either.
There's like a million different things online of, putting them in a dish and spinning it around to get the things off and all. I've never had that much trouble peeling them.
Yeah.
And using a press, I don't understand if you learn knife skills, you won't need.
Yeah.
There's a variety of things that go away when you have at least base knife skills.
It's crazy how, if you learn how to use a knife,
yeah,
how much kitchen stuff you can throw right in the trash.
Right, exactly. And like I have base knife skills. Like I'm not fat. Like watching you go through an onion, you're like 4 times faster than I am at going through an onion. I'm still all Johnny careful while I'm doing it.
I mean, to be fair, Brian, I did 6 months in a restaurant.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But
I was cutting onions every fucking day.
But what I'm saying is, like I learned base knife skills so I can do this stuff. So it's like when I see something like the slap chop, I'm like, that's such a waste. I can do that with a knife.
For sure. Yeah, absolutely.
Right? So and then he says salty selections, quesadilla makers for those that can't fold a tortilla in half and flip it, I guess. So that's not how I make my quesadillas. I just make them full, but I guess you could flip them.
Yeah, wait.
Or fold it and flip.
People don't use 2 tortillas to make quesadillas?
That's how I always did it.
What?
I do that and then flip it. Yeah.
Hold on.
His way's smarter because it's easier because you do half, you fold the tortilla over, and it's going to stick, and then you can flip it easier, but yeah.
But then I'm going to have to make 2 of them where I could just make 1.
I mean, why are you arguing over making 2 quesadillas?
Well, no, I'm saying if I'm making 2 foldy styles.
Yeah.
And I could just make 1 normal one.
Yeah. Okay.
Fair
enough.
Yeah. It's like, what are we doing?
The extractor. This one's ridiculous. It actually does work if used right, but come on, just peel the fucking egg.
I mean, my mom bought me the most ridiculous egg appliance.
Okay.
Because we went to her house, and I was like, oh, sweet, deviled eggs. And she's like, oh, my God, I got this egg thing. I'm like, oh, okay, cool, Mom.
Mm.
And then she bought me one. And
Okay.
it's not very big. It's like this big.
Yeah.
And you can put maybe 6 eggs in it.
Yeah, I was gonna say 6 probably.
And it just steams them. It's like
you can.
It's like it has this little tool. You poke a hole in the shell.
Okay.
And you put it in the rack, and it has the same tool. You flip it over, and it's got lines. That's like hard-boiled eggs, omelet, poached, because it has different trays you can put in it.
Oh, okay.
And I'm not gonna lie, for hard-boiled eggs, it's awesome.
Okay.
Because it makes them fast, and because of the steam, they peel super easy.
Okay, fair enough.
But I have made like in the omelet pan, it's probably this big around, and it's perfect for making like egg sandwiches.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, so I have used it more than I thought I was going to, and she gave it to me.
Yeah.
But it's insane that I own this.
Right.
You know, it does play a nice like song when the eggs are done.
Oh, nice.
It only knows because somehow it detects that there's no moisture in, like no water on the surface, and it just plays a song. It's weird.
It's one thing I miss about Bed Bath & Beyond is I used to love going in there looking at the As Seen on TV section.
Oh, it's my favorite.
Because I love seeing all the things that I'm like, why does this exist? You know, but Walmart has a section like that, but it's got all the things. I like the ones where like at Bed Bath & Beyond, it was more of just the like kitchen gear, you know? But anyway, so Cheetos.
Like that fucking breakfast sandwich maker where you put an egg and sausage and that
Yeah,
thing,
yeah.
and it all like somehow it makes a sandwich. I don't know how it works.
I don't know, man.
Anywho,
It's so unnecessary. All you need is an egg round. That's literally the only thing you
I
need.
don't even. I just like keep moving it with a spatula and flipping it and folding it, and it works. I mean,
Jen used to just use an egg round, and she'd make her eggs, while she toasted her.
pro tip: you can
English
also use a
muffins and
mason jar ring. I've done that
True
before.
enough.
Yeah,
Yep,
because I saw someone do it online. I'm like, does that work? I have to try this.
It's metal, so it should. You
Yeah.
just have to, make sure you're not using not cast iron, Teflon pan, because you could scratch it. But that's it, man. That's like that kit I got for my Blackstone comes with a couple egg. One's a heart shaped one.
Aw, Brian, you
And
gonna
the other
make me
ones are
love
round.
eggs?
I am. Yeah. And Cheeto's last answer is kitchen timers. I have a phone and Alexa in every room. I don't need a timer taking up space.
He's not wrong.
No, I do use the one on my stove though. If I'm putting something in, I'll just program that real quick.
I don't even use it because I got an Alexa right there, and I just yell her name, and and with the Alexa you can set multiple timers and it keeps track of everything.
Yeah.
It's like whatever.
Yeah.
It's too easy not to just yell at the air.
Yeah, I've just been doing the other for so long that I just
Old man screams at clouds.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
All right, so that's what we got there. There it is. All right, 1 through 8.
What is today's date? Today is the 5th, so we're going 5.
All right. What annoys you the most about getting older?
Oh my God, dude! Every day, I just hurt in some weird way. It's like right now, my shoulder hurts, my hip hurts. I've got like plantar fasciitis in my left foot. My left foot hurts. It just sucks. And it's one of those things. I'm like rewind 6 years ago, I was A-okay.
Yeah. It's what I said. Remember, after turning 40, remember I made a comment. I was like, that's the biggest difference I feel is that you just have more. Your first 30 years finally catch up to you, basically.
Yeah, it's weird.
And you start, like you said, I love the one post I saw on Twitter that was basically like, welcome to your 40s. Now you what is it? Now you'll hurt for 3 days because of how you slept, basically. And it was like, yeah, that's pretty accurate.
That's very accurate. Yeah. Although I did buy something that helps me now with that. Our fucking mattress used to eat our pillows. So you wake up.
Yeah.
And I bought this pillow that's it's a wedge. It's the length of the mattress.
Right.
And it goes up against the headboard.
Ah, okay.
And then
nice.
and then it keeps everything from falling,
okay.
And plus it's like, it's like a wedge too, so it's kind of cool.
Yeah. That's nice.
It is quite nice.
Yeah, it does sound like it.
It has pockets.
What?
I know.
Pockets.
It's next level, dude.
That's weird, man.
It is weird.
Keep weird shit in there.
I should. I don't have anything in mind. I should put something weird in there just for fun.
Like your egg thing. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not that big of a pocket.
Oh. All right, fine.
Yeah.
I think, so I'm not piggybacking on yours because I agree with you. That is probably the worst part. I think the thing for me is feeling in a lot of ways, like I see where you start to feel out of touch.
Oh, yeah. I can see that.
With stuff.
Yeah.
Like you don't get the slang anymore. You don't know who the artist and, like when the kids have the music shows and
well, Brian, if you got on TikTok, you'd be hip and cool like me.
I could, but it's kind of weird because it's like I don't care that much about it, but it does kind of suck that also I can feel in ways with like electronics even, like there's things that you've seen like where you hit a point I think to where you're like this is what I like, quit trying to make me like something else type of a thing.
Yeah.
Even though for most of our life, that's what it's been. It's literally been adapt to the newest electronics, video games, phones, whatever it happens to be, into tablets, laptops, all that stuff. But, you kind of hit a point now to where like my eyes aren't as good. So I prefer sitting at the desktop to read stuff. I don't want to read on my phone. It's like now I'm kind of angry when things make me do stuff on my phone. It's like, I want to do this on my computer.
Well, there is a flip side to this though. Because I work with some younger guys and we go out after work sometimes. And some of these dudes will go home and clean up and shower and, you know, and me as the older guy of the group, I'm like,
shower.
yeah, I'm like, I'm going straight there in my work clothes. Cause like,
Yeah.
I got a person at home already.
Yeah.
Who the fuck am I trying to impress? I don't care.
Yeah.
You guys all know I'm trash.
Oh no, you're starting to get into the don't give a fuck
Yeah,
stage.
yeah. It's like
Oh, no.
I would rather go hang out with my buds than, you know, not be there like an hour later.
Yeah, right.
You
Well,
know? Because I just don't give a shit.
To you.
Though it is not the past 2 days, but
if you miss a couple hours of sleep, given our age, you notice it. When
Oh.
you're 20, you can skip a couple hours, and who cares?
bro, I feel
right?
like I'm dying right now.
You probably are.
No, but it's like
That's because I poisoned your beer. Actually,
I knew it. That was Jimmy Buffett that poisoned it with not good flavors.
Yeah, well, that's fair too.
Yeah, no, I think that's a benefit of getting older is you just don't give a fuck.
Yeah, it really is good and bad because I've seen a lot of older people that
they take it too far. Some of them take it too far.
Exactly. That's what I was gonna say. There's for sure a line.
yeah. There's definitely it's a tightrope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there is such a thing as going too far that way. But yeah, I know what you mean. There is a lot of freeing nature in that. I mean, much like, we're losing our hair and we're upset about losing our hair, and then finally someday you're like, fuck it, shave your head.
Dude.
And then you're like, why didn't I do this sooner?
I got another one for you then, if that exact same angle.
It's gonna be about your balls. I don't want to hear it.
No. Okay. So dude I work with. He's like, oh yeah, I saw another guy that quit. He's like, oh, I saw him over the weekend. He cut my hair. And I'm looking at him, and this dude's got like massive receding hairline.
Yeah.
And his hair is just like, basically you just put your clippers on 0 and just shaved your head.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking like,
how much money are you wasting, bro?
Yeah, like what do you mean?
Just buy a set of clippers. You're good for years.
Yeah, like because that's what I did. I had clippers and I just would shave my head super short.
Yeah.
And then I was just like, fuck it, get the blade. And I accepted my fate. You know?
Yep. And you killed yourself.
It's weird.
Yeah. Well, it is. But we both remember being in that to where it was, that element of not even denial, but you just didn't want to do it. And then once you finally did, there was an adjustment for me, at least. Like when I finally did it and I was like, I don't know about this. And I was like, maybe I'll just grow it back real short and all this. And then I did that once and I was like, it looks kind of like shit. So,
well, I mean,
and also I went from having like a little bald spot, like at the back of my head, and my hairline was receding a little bit, to all of a sudden I had the hair on top of my head was almost all gone. I mean, it was so fast I couldn't get over it.
I mean,
so I didn't have a ton of choice.
I mean, it's been 20 some years, but when I started shaving my head, I had a full head of hair because I was sick of my long hair, so I cut it off, and I was just doing like the short buzz cut.
Yeah.
And then I started shaving it, and then I tried to grow it back, and it wasn't there.
No.
I didn't. Dude, I had no idea.
I know. That's why I warn guys whenever I'll hear a guy talk about shaving his head. I'm like, buzz your hair, don't shave your head.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know what it is, man. I'm like, sometimes once you shave your head, you realize how little your hair is actually there, because it just doesn't come back sometimes.
And I mean, like, I'm not gonna lie, the first time and every time I shaved my head, like I shaved it tonight.
Yeah.
I'm always like, God, it feels so good.
Yeah, like especially in the summer. I mean, aside from the sun on it, but that's why I had a lot.
I mean, I try to get the golden orb going, but I love the way it feels, and I did back then. That's why I took the blade to it, because I'm like, it felt good. First time I was like, I don't know, people are gonna think I'm a Nazi,
I mean, yeah.
But
I'm not gonna lie, I'm still in that camp of it's like there's a variety of reasons I wear a hat. The main one is to just keep sun off my head.
Yeah.
But also without hair, I sweat quite a bit, and it's just going to run, because we've talked about this before. There's nothing to absorb that sweat anymore.
For sure.
So it's either I got to wear a sweatband all the time,
which is a good look.
It is a good look,
yeah.
But it's like I decided I'd just wear a hat, and then I can kind of soak up my sweat with that, because I have to. And another reason is, like you said, it's like I kind of feel like too many guys that have the bald
bald
with
beard
look are giving off vibes I don't want to give off. Not that I think I do, but still, I just also don't want to be lumped into that crowd.
Yeah, fair enough.
That's a very tiny reason. The main reason is just, like I said, because of how much I freaking sweat.
Gonna make you sweat till you bleed.
Yep. So, all right. Well, there you go.
Oh, that was fun.
Question again is, what annoys you the most about getting older? I mean, just the getting older part, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think my Hobie pick would be time. Time goes so much faster now.
Yeah, in a lot of ways it really does.
It sucks.
Yeah. Yeah. That's understandable. Like my mom says, like with her, there's a point where you hit a point where there's more behind you than there is in front of you.
Yeah.
And like I've said, really you can dispel that with none of us know when we're going to die. I mean, you could be 2 years old and that could be a true statement.
Truth.
I mean, it's, but for the most part, I get what she's saying is that, like, she's 77. There's a very little chance she's living 77 more, or 78 more years to where there'd be more in front of her than behind her, So I get it. And it does suck. I'm sure that as, I mean, like,
bro, my sister just turned 50.
I know. My brother turned 50 in last November.
Fuck?
My oldest sister turned 60 last year.
It's crazy.
Yeah. That's what I was saying. It's like I'm the next one.
Yeah.
Like 50 is the next youngest in my siblings.
Yeah, it's crazy, man.
Yeah. So, and we're only a few years away from it ourselves,
I know.
It's wild. So, yeah. All right. Well, there you go. Head on over to saltylanguage.com and check out all the, if there are, there'll be a couple recipes to go check out. That's what you should go check out.
Son.
Also, like, even if you don't have a Blackstone, the recipe I'm putting up, the Udon recipe, you could easily do in a cast iron.
Or you just go buy Blackstone. What are you doing?
Yeah. Or go buy a Blackstone. Make sure you use promo code. No.
Yeah, I wish we had a Blackstone promo code.
I know, right?
That'd be sick. As much as we talked about today, we should get one.
I feel like we should. I know, right?
We should reach out.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll be like, yeah, get in line.
Yeah, like they'll be like, get lost, nerds.
Yeah, that too. Oh. Yeah. So check out the links there. You can also find the link to tangentboundnetwork.com, which is the network that we're part of. So if you're looking for a network for your show, or you just want to check out some shows over there, please go have a look-see and a listen and all that kind of stuff. And if you talk to Mark, I don't know, what you got for Mark this week?
I'm expecting him to make Blackstone Con since he likes making conventions.
Nice.
And I will attend.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
All right. That's there you go, man. You've at least got, 2 signed up for it.
Exactly. Dude, Blackstone pizza rolls. Now we're talking.
I don't see why you couldn't.
I don't see why you couldn't either.
That's the thing with anything, right? It's like, you think about it, right? Like, you go to like a Greasy Spoon, they pretty much cook on a flat top.
Yes. Like
most of what they cook is, unless it's in a pot or something,
deep fried. Yeah.
Or deep fried. Yeah. It's on a flat top.
But I mean, you remember when you and Michael came over, I made French fries on the flat top and it came out all right. So
yep. For sure, man. So that's why I said I don't think there's any reason, or like you said, what they do, just putting the pan right on the thing.
That's
it's hot as hell, so there's no reason you couldn't. It's kind of, the concept seems weird, but
you definitely don't want to try to grab that handle, floating above that griddle. It's gonna get hot as fuck.
Speaking of as seen on TV product, that's actually one that was really good. Did you ever like those Of gloves? Have you ever used one of those?
No.
They basically were like a big pot holder that you could put your hand in, but you still had I believe you still had use of your fingies, and you could just grab shit right out of the oven. I had them and they worked as advertised.
Oh, nice.
They were amazing because I was like, like I don't know that. How do you test this without putting yourself at risk?
You just put yourself at risk.
Yeah. It's like, well, just touch it real quick. Okay, I didn't feel it. So anyway, but yeah. I forgot where I was at. Oh, if you want to reach out to us on socials, you can find us on Twitter at salty_language. You can find me on various social medias at Stunami.
Oh shit, I got this on the wrong fucking thing. I thought I was on the plugs.
Jeez.
You can find me on Instagram at The Monotony, and I take care of our TikTok at Salty Language on TikTok. Patreon.com/saltylanguage. We did not put anything up last week. That's my fault. I'll take the blame for that one.
Yeah.
But generally, we put something up there every week.
Yeah.
Oh, excuse me. I'm assuming we're doing something tonight, as long as it doesn't go super late.
Yeah.
All right,
should
cool.
be fine.
Salty Language Pod on YouTube's. If you're watching us, cool. If you're not, fuck off and watch it. What are you doing? Give us a like and a subscribe. Make some comments. Brian, you also got a side sitch.
I do. It's called The Crazy Life, and it's me and Heno talking about just kind of whatever's happening in our lives, but also, we usually try to put a topic in there that has to do with mental health or recovery or something along those lines also. So if you're into that, please give us a listen. I completely forgot what we recorded on last time.
It's all right. It happens.
Oh, it's been a little bit, but it was about what is your motive? Like when you gossip about somebody, are you spreading what you're spreading because you want to understand and whatever better, or are you just doing it to kind of run someone down, So just kind of looking at are you coming from a place of kindness and productivity, or you just being a jerk, basically?
Yeah, a little column A, column B, right? A little column A, column B.
Yeah, hey, I can come from a place of kindness and
talk shit.
Yeah. So, yeah, like I said, please give that a listen if you would. We'd appreciate it. And yeah, so I guess until next week, have a land shark, you'll be fine.
No, you won't.
No. How about a liquid death
coconut rum? Oh wait,
I'm drinking a liquid death severed lime over here. I'm fine with that. I mean, I'm telling you right now, I'm fine.
I mean, I have switched to my last all-day hazy, so I'm also fine.
Well, in fairness, tomorrow's our boy's birthday.
Yes.
And you got an all-day. I wish I had one. I didn't think about it. I would have got one so we could do an official toast. But I feel like we got to at least throw one all-day out there.
All day?
In honor of our fallen brethren, T. So
absolutely.
Yeah. So, yeah, I guess with that, we'll talk to you next week.